Welcome to Picture Book Chat, where we feature a handful of new picture books each month and discuss what makes them great. Whether you're a parent, caregiver, or teacher, you're bound to find some wonderful reading suggestions from librarians Mary Ellen Brax and Sheri Boggs.
Hello, welcome to Picture Book Chat. I'm Mary Ellen, and this is Sheri.
Hi.
Here today to talk about picture books with
Woo!
you. Woo. So, our first one. Do you want me to start, Sheri?
I can start with this one.
Okay.
So this is Bros, which right off, love the big bros on the cover. It's a group of friends. I love the diversity, like even like the racial diversity, but I love like we've got somebody in a wheelchair. We've got different body shapes. I love this guy's glasses and his little heart in his hair. It's really great. But I love this. It's just kind of a day in the life of this group of friends. And it's got really simple language. It's rhyming. Bros glow. So you see them first thing in the morning. We grow. We stride. We ride. So I love that like there's a lot going on in the illustrations that kids can talk about, you know, like what kind of vehicle are they in? What's happening? I love the little story with the dog down here chasing the squirrel. We laugh, we craft, bros fly and cry. So I love that there's, you know, some social, emotional stuff going on.
Yeah.
We smile, we style. It's just like, it's got great energy. It's super playful.
Yeah, it's all about kids playing.
Exactly.
In their neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I love that the dogs in each page. I love that. That just caught my eye. I guess because I'm such a big dog person, but just the kids are happy. They're playing. I love this bros dare. They're touching a snail. We care. They're helping to plant. There's some nice rhyming in here too, which I really liked. And the artwork is amazing.
It's really fun.
And I love that they end up at the library.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a lot of fun. Even the dogs in the library. Yes. And then it's just their whole day. We play, we pray. Showtime, bros shine. And just at the end, they recognize. And that's the end of it.
Yeah.
And I just really liked it. I don't know. Something about it just spoke to me. And I think it was just that the kids were outside playing.
Yeah.
And they were going about their day. And it was a very joyful book, I thought, which I really liked.
I thought so too. Like it reminded me of summer vacation and,
yeah.
you know, I don't know if kids today still have that luxury of just like you get up in the morning and you run around with your friends like all day long until your mom calls you in when it starts to get dark. And this book has that. And I also like the range of activities that they're doing. Like their day really includes all kinds of play and
reading, which so tugs on their heartstrings, right?
Yeah.
So I thought this was a great book. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to using it.
Yeah, are you thinking story time?
Yeah, I think it might be fun in story time or just using it with families. I mean, I think it's a great family book, really, because it talks about the day, which can get kids talking about, you know, oh, what should we do today? I mean, I think you can really draw that out. So I think it can be used. And, you know, it's preschool age, I think, just because of the, you know, what seems to be the age of the kids are early elementary.
Yeah.
Just because they're out and about by themselves.
Right.
Too, so.
Yeah. And that's something to keep in mind. Like, I think with such limited text, it can be easy to think, oh, well, you know, we could use this with toddlers, but that's not necessarily true.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So, yeah, I thought it was a great one. I love the artwork in it. So brilliant and kind of draws you in.
Yeah. Yeah, I recognize Carole Boston Weatherford's done a lot of books for like middle grade and young adult. I don't know that she's done a lot of picture books, so that's kind of exciting. And Reggie Brown, I don't know at all, so this might be an emerging talent to watch.
Yes. So, yeah.
That's Bros.
And on the back is the code that you can scan, and it'll take you right to our catalog to put a hold on it.
Excellent. What's next, Mary Ellen?
Oh, the book that can read your mind.
What?
This is it's like a game book. So
okay.
I would say to use it with older preschoolers, elementary age, and I love the M papers. Of course, I always notice them.
Oh, I just noticed the little bunny in that one.
Oh.
Or no, it's not a bunny. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, and there's all the different characters that you see in the... So yeah, take a look at the M papers. What do you see in the M papers? Because those characters show up in the book.
Mm-hmm. So how does it read your mind?
Well, it says, prestigious readers, welcome to my show. And then they go into, this is not a normal book. This book is in fact magical. Let me show you how. I can pull some old guy out of my hat, but it wouldn't be enough to convince you, would it? And so they said, what does it take to make something appear out of nowhere in a book? And so then they go in and they start telling you, let's try something different. What if I told you I could read your mind? 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. Concentrate. Ready? We are connected now. Let's turn to our distinguished audience. So basically what it does, it has you look at the audience and choose one member of the audience and then tell them which row they're in. So then you go over, you find the row, and then if they're in a particular row, then you turn to the page that it's on. So I'll pick.
Yeah, we should try this out.
Yeah. I'll pick this little kind of fish person. Fish person.
So it says if they are in this row, go to pages 24 to 25.
Right. So I'll go. So this is good for counting too.
Yeah.
And then, oh no, that's not fair. During intermission, everyone changed places. Could you please tell me which row they're in now? So now you need to find the fish, and they're in row 1. So if they are in this row, go to page 31, figure 4.
Oh.
31, figure 4. And it says, I guessed it, didn't I? And
that's amazing.
Choose Goldie. There it is. Now go to page 39.
What?
Ta-da! And then it says, do you want to try it again? Go back to pages 12 through 13. So you can continue to play.
Yeah.
And I thought it was just so much fun. And at the back, they tell you about it. And they start off by saying this book was concocted from an old recipe. I'll let the writer and illusionist Marianna Coppo, to whom I'm forever grateful, tell you about it. So it tells you all about how these books were made like this. It dates back to the 17th century. There's 3 parts to it. So they tell you about the 3 parts. And then, yeah, I think
it's so great.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
So I have to take it and have my neighbor kids play with it a little. So, because they're 4, 7, and 10 now. So,
oh, perfect.
So that would be a fun.
Yeah.
I had a chance to do that before, but yeah, what did you think?
I loved this. I love kind of the showmanship at the beginning, like, you know, kind of presenting it like this is a magic show. I love the playfulness that the magician is a rabbit and he's going to pull a guy out of his hat. Yeah. I thought that was there's a lot of funny magic in-jokes in here that I love. And yeah, I didn't know about the kind of text that they're referring to, that this is a much older kind of, I don't want to say format, but approach, but it's really fun. Like it's kind of like a choose your own adventure, but with images. And you can play with it for hours. When we first got it in, like, I think I did it 5 times. I was just like, this is amazing. So yeah, I love this. I think kids are going to have a lot of fun with this. Yeah,
definitely. So the book that can read your mind, and here's the code on the back that you can scan to get to our catalog. So yes, another fun one.
That's great.
Summer is here, and that means the library's Summer Reading Challenge is on. Everyone, kids and adults, are invited to sign up for the Summer Reading Challenge on Beanstack. The challenge? Read a total of 600 minutes over the summer. That's only 20 minutes a day. Now through the end of August, track your summer reading, earn badges, and enter to win binoculars. You can also earn badges by completing challenges, reviewing the books you read, and exploring library summer programs and activities. Kids and teens ages 5 to 17 who sign up for the challenge can choose a free book to keep forever. The library's Summer Reading Challenge helps kids succeed when school starts in the fall. Sign up and download the Beanstack app today. It's free and easy to get started.
So what do we have next?
There's no such thing as vegetables. Do you think that's true?
I don't think that's true.
All right. Well, let's take a look at this. So I love the end papers again. It almost looks like a periodic table.
Yeah.
Like you've got your vegetables and they're all named. So you meet your characters, kind of like in the one we just did, like you meet your cast. So this is great. I think this will be fun there's always that kid that's kind of the know-it-all that's like, well, actually, tomatoes are a fruit, you know? And that's this kid. So we're talking about vegetables, and this cauliflower is like, I can't help you. So it's like, I'm not a vegetable. And the carrot's like, I'm not a vegetable. And the Brussels sprouts, no vegetables here, never seen one. Who you calling a vegetable? I love the interaction between the vegetables and the kid. So understandably, Chester here is getting confused. I love for vocabulary, just different, like trying to identify, like, I think that's a kohlrabi maybe. So there's lots of vegetables to learn in here. So they start talking about the properties of what a vegetable is. And so they're talking about how, you know, broccoli is actually a flower. Potatoes are actually roots. I think it's just a different way of looking at, you know, the botany maybe behind food, like a common kind of food. But I love how he kind of problem solves. So like he's thinking it through, like vegetables are plants, but so are trees, and trees aren't vegetables. So kind of, and then he tries to talk about like, they're good, they taste good, but they don't have a lot of sugar. And the beat here is, excuse me, they literally use me to make sugar. So it's just really fun. I like kind of this process of deciding what is and is not a vegetable and like what that means. I think this would definitely be good for older kids. I think,
I agree.
Maybe not, maybe older preschool or kindergarten, first, second.
Yeah.
Maybe even third. But it's a lot of fun. I think it's great. What did you think about this one?
Yeah, I really liked it. I do think it is for older kiddos. So maybe early elementary or, you know, an older preschooler who's really into their vegetables, or maybe not into the vegetables. Though you might have a hard time afterwards getting them to eat vegetables. So I really thought it was really interesting to see all the different vegetables in here too. And I love that Mom had asked him to go pick the stuff to go to the community garden, go pick stuff for a salad for lunch. So he's really, my name is
It's very exciting. I just noticed that.
Were you pointing it out? That is amazing. Yet you never see my name in a book. So yeah, he goes to go pick his salad, and then the vegetables are all talking to him. So you could talk a little bit about that too, but it might be a fun one for a unit, even if you're doing something on vegetables, just to start the investigation into it. What's a fruit? What's a vegetable? And I liked at the back, they, give you some hints about discussion with the book, and it's all about categories and what fits into a category and is social construct part of that process. So there's a lot that you can talk about with this book, which is why I think it would be good to kind of to start a discussion with older kids with this book too. So yeah, just a really fun one. I just love like all the attitudes of of the vegetables, and vegetables are good in salads. Number one, I don't appreciate the reminder that I might go into a salad someday. So there's lots of humor in here. Number two, bacon is good in salads, but that doesn't make bacon a vegetable. as much as we wish it would.
I know.
Be. Yes. So yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. There's a lot to look at in the pages too, so you could really have.
It's like this mural's amazing. I just noticed that.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot. Oh, and there's so many names in here, Lucy and Ellie. So, which is all their gardens in the community garden, whose garden is whose. So yeah, just a really fun one about vegetables. Who knew there could be a fun book about vegetables?
Maybe a new trend. I don't know.
Yeah. And here we go. Here is the barcode that you can scan to get to our catalog. Okay.
Awesome. What's next?
The next one is called Swirl. This is just a gorgeous book. It takes you through the seasons and it follows, but it's not just how the seasons change, it's how the birds go through the seasons. So beautiful and gorgeous. Papers, and like swallows swirl, and then at the end they still have the swallows flying around. And the language in here is beautiful. I think, again, it's for older preschoolers, kindergartners, first graders. But there's a lot of movement in this book, too. And it's portrayed really nicely through the illustrations. And I just love the vocabulary. Curving, swerving, dipping, diving. They whirl around me, snatching insects stirred up by my feet. So it takes you through the seasons here. And just what she does in her yard with them, with the animals, and what the swallows are doing around her. And then they have babies in there. And then, talks about days slip by, and that's how they transition from season to season. And as you can see, the artwork is just beautiful. So it goes into summer, into fall, where it's school time.
I love this.
Yeah, this page, day after day, over fields and forests, woods and wetlands, rivers and roads, swallows fly, winging their way south. So they talk about the bird migration. And then the fall, going into winter, and then they come back. Well, actually, this is in South America, so they migrate down to South America. And then eventually they do come back. What I liked about this too is at the end, they talk about it. They got barn swallows basics and then the barn swallow migration. So they've found that there is a group of swallows that actually stay in that down in that area, because they head down to Central America, South America, Bermuda, and the West Indies. But now there are thousands of barred swallows in Argentina. These birds no longer migrate to North America. Instead, when it's winter, they fly in South America. They fly to northeastern parts of that continent, which I found fascinating.
Yeah.
That's changed. But yes, I mean,
it's
what
gorgeous.
Did you think? I mean,
everything that you said, I loved about this book. I just love the movement of the swallows. One thing I was thinking about as I was looking at this was like, these are barn swallows. And I didn't know that until the end. I just thought that these were a distinct kind of swallow because they're very detailed. And I thought it would be fun, after reading this to identify swallows in our area, because we also have I think it's the violet green swallows, which I've seen here in town. And then, I think the cave swallows, sometimes you'll see those on riverbanks and stuff. So I think it's kind of a fun activity to notice the swallow, that they're different kinds and kind of talk about the different colors that they are and maybe how their homes are different.
Yeah.
I love this page where she's feeding the babies.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a lovely book. It's just kind of a quiet, lovely book about nature and birds. And sometimes that can be perfect.
Yeah. Well, it'd be great as, something for the seasons, if you're using it in a classroom, the changing seasons, but you can also use it as part of a bird unit.
Yeah.
And I think your idea of identifying birds, that would be a lot of fun. So if you had a bird feeder outside in your yard or a bird feeder outside of your classroom, you could really get the kids into looking at birds that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we always had to set up binoculars by our kitchen window and then just like a poster of all the different birds the kids could see.
Fun.
So it was always fun to walk into the kitchen and see them looking at a bird with binoculars. So, I mean, there's lots you can do with this, I feel like, as well as just being an enjoyable book to read. Follow Swirl. And there's the barcode down there for you to scan and put it on hold.
Excellent. That's a good one.
Yes.
All right.
Well, thank you. That was a great set of books.
Yeah, fun to talk about.
Yes, and thank you for joining us for Picture Book Chat, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.